First, the top headlines. 55 central ministries spend 10% of their budget for improving logistics infrastructure in Northeast. Mizoram Governor Hari Babu Kambhampati graces convocation of MIU. Counting of votes begins for assembly elections in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. Nearly 300 shops burnt after massive fire in Pakistan's Islamabad. And Vladimir Putin says Russia's war in Ukraine could be a long-term process. Warm greetings and welcome to ELITETV News. I'm your news anchor Ishika Rajkumari presenting you the 12:30 p.m. English news. And before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government, wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly, and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV also requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now let's begin with the news in details. Dr. Rajkumari Singh, Minister of State of External Affairs, Government of India, emphasized on creating a sound logistic infrastructure in Northeast while addressing the CII Northeast Logistics Conclave in Guwahati on Wednesday, organized by Confederation of India Industry, CII, in association with DPIIT. The Union Minister mentioned that the Prime Minister Gati Shakti would ensure world-class seamless multimodal connectivity, providing complete information on resources, manpower and infrastructure projects in the Northeast. He further elaborated that this would bring down cost overruns for the infrastructure project being implemented, which would track timely implementation. The Gati Shakti would also provide access to difficult areas in the Northeast through technological intervention and policy initiative, giving a massive boost to the 200 billion logistics economy in the region. Union Minister has mentioned that Prime Minister has identified 55 central ministries to spend 10% of their budget for improving logistics infrastructure in Northeast. Ministry of External Affairs is working very closely with Bangladesh to improve the rail, air, road and water connectivity. The speedy implementation of this project connecting Northeast and Bangladesh would be path-breaking in the region and will contribute to India's economy immensely. In his address, Shri Bimal Bohra, Minister of Industries and Commerce, Government of Assam, mentioned that Prime Minister's Gati Shakti will accelerate the project of peace and development in the region. The conclave had participation of over 200 delegates from government of all the northeastern states, industry and public sector enterprises. A special convocation of Manipur International University was held Wednesday at the auditorium of Mizoram University, Tandil. Governor of Mizoram, Dr. Hari Babu Kambhampati, graced the event as a chief guest and released a book as well. Addressing the event, Governor commended David Laisun Thaunthanga, who was conferred honorary doctorate degree and professor of practice in the special convocation for his selfless dedication for the development of tribal communities, pointing out the deserved yet unnoticed tribal leaders whose role had been phenomenal in the freedom struggle against the British. Dr. Hari Babu Kambhampati mentioned the need of identifying, recognizing and honoring those rare gems. He stated that India is a country where all religions coexist peacefully, rejecting the idea of conquering nature, keeping in view of her commitments to sustainable development goals. Governor commended Manipur International University, whose main goal is to reach the unreached, for organizing the program and invited them to open their doors in other tribal areas too. Special convocation held yesterday was also attended by Registrar MIU, Vice-Chancellor MIU, Vice-Chancellor Central Agricultural University, Imphal, Vice-Chancellor Tripura Central University, Vice-Chancellor Assam Central University, Vice-Chancellor of Mizoram University, and DGP Mizoram, besides government officials, members of Lai community, and students. With a view to espouse the vision of N. Biren Singh, Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, to realize a drug-free Manipur, the district administration, Ukhrul, led by Krishna Kumar, Deputy Commissioner, Ukhrul, along with Ningsem Basum, SP of Ukhrul, and a team comprising of 6th MR, SDO, LM, block surveyed and destroyed more than 20 acres of land under illegal poppy plantation at Ringmui village under Lungchong Maifai subdivision on Wednesday. Many illegal materials used for the plantation of poppy cultivations were also seized by the visiting team, and actions will be initiated against the defaulting villagers. A awareness campaign on alternative livelihood was also held at Ringui Tungo village and neighboring non-poppy cultivating Tainem village. Seeds and menus under District Agriculture and Horticulture and Soil Conservation Department, Ukhrul, were distributed during mass awareness campaign. The proscribed Revolutionary People's Front (RPF) reaffirmed its policy against the import and selling of Indian-made foreign liquor (IMFL) in the state, cautioning that it will take action against those involved in the said business, said in a press release issued by the Secretary Publicity, Robin Kuman. It said that RPF will consider those involved in the importing and selling of IMFL as agent of colonial rule, and the people should not consider them as innocent when RPF takes action against them. The people advised to stay far away from them to avoid collateral damage, it stated. Manipur has its fair share of drinking population, but the local women folk and youths under the banner of Nisaban actively work to prevent the negative impacts of drinking long before the nomenclature was changed to Maira Paibis or the PLA came into existence, it added. At the onset of the armed revolutionary movement in the state, the Indian government sent hordes of Indian army during the early 80s to control the situation. When the Indian army discovered that the revolutionary groups did not consume liquor, they began to plot to use liquor as a weapon to suppress the self-determination movement, it added. Nambul Mapal Youth Club organized a grand reception of MLA Lisikan Sapam of Kaisamthong AC on the occasion of the inauguration of the newly upgraded badminton court yesterday at the community hall of Kaisamthong Ahanthem Lekai. It may be mentioned that the renovation of badminton court cum community hall at Nambul Mapal Youth Club, Kaisamthong Ahanthem Lekai, is completed under MLA Local Area Fund Development Fund 2022-23 and delivered it to the people yesterday. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Nishikan said that the expenditure account of Local Area Development Fund (LADF) will be kept clearly since the LADF is released for the public, not for his personal use, and will not touch even a single paise from it, he added. Nishikan further said the cleaning of Waisel Maril will not be able if big project is not taken up. Nambul Riverside will be made up like a park, which will include a garden, and long benches will be led along with the fencing. He assured that he will work as he can and sacrifice for the people of the Kaisamthong AC and appeal to all, especially to the elders, to give instruction to him. Manipur is an ancient land, and therefore the two aboriginal people, the Meitei and the Naga, are ancient people. In a press statement issued by the chairman of World Meitei Council, Haigrajam Nabasham said when Manipur became part of India in 1949, the Indian Constitution gave a constitutional protection to these ancient aboriginal people in Schedule 5 of the Indian Constitution, that is, the provisions of the scheduled tribes. However, while implementing it, there was a serious flaw. Instead of enlisting the two aboriginal people, the constitutional authority had enlisted a group of migrants who had migrated from Burma, Myanmar. These migrants, called as Kuki-Chin people, are relatively a huge group of people. They have their members in the Parliament of Burma, junta dissolved, representing the Chin state, and Saigon it aided. They have a huge population that spread to India and Bangladesh, besides their home country, Burma, and their population could be more than the combined population of the two Aboriginal people, Meitei and Naga together, living in the whole world. It further said that even today, taking advantage of the long porous borders of the Kuki-Chin people, keep on sneaking into Manipur. What is worrisome is this: Kuki-Chin people are working to create their own independent homeland called Zalengam. Another point to be noted is they claim that they are Jewish people and the Israeli government have accepted them, and therefore some of them have already migrated to their own fatherland, Israel. Now, what is dangerous is the fact that these Jewish Kuki-Chin people who had got armed groups, and that the government of India and the government of Manipur have wrongfully given them the legitimacy of their right to fight for the independent state in India. WMC is sorry to say that both the governments have committed a shameful act by honoring them, signing a tripartite agreement called the SOO, Suspension of Operation, between Jewish Kuki-Chin armed groups and India and Manipur governments on the other. And now, since they are unsuccessful establishing their legitimacy, they now have the guts to fake the history of Anglo-Kuki war, erecting memorial stones and gates, etc. in Manipur. This is a bizarre, and sadly the Manipur and Indian governments allowed it to go on, and what is extremely appalling is the fact that these Jewish Kuki-Chin people have even opposed the native indigenous Meitei people to live peacefully. An awareness campaign regarding special summer revision on photo electoral rolls 2023 with reference to 1st January 2023 as a qualifying date was held on Tuesday at Nuite Kalhang Ima Market in Kangpokpi. The awareness campaign was organized as part of the Systematic Voters Education and Electoral Participation (SVEEP) campaign by the District Election Officer Kangpokpi. Apart from providing various facilities to the voters, the campaign mainly targeted enrollment of first-time voters. Special summary revision on photo electoral rolls 2023 facilitates the registration of young voters in the age group 18 to 21 and enroll them in the electoral roll. It also enables the deletion, transfer of voters from one place to another, and correction of information available in the electoral roll. Later on, the district election team carried out awareness campaign in the Kangpokpi town on a mobile vehicle using loudspeaker, appealing everyone to enroll themselves in the electoral roll and avail required facilities. Please stay tuned, viewers, and we'll be right back after a short break.
Welcome you all to UNACO School Channel Imphal East, an exclusive co-educational residential school located on a sprawling 50 acres campus just 24 kilometers away from Imphal city. The school will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. Academic session will begin on 1st April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Registration commit recent open for 2023 and 24 session.
Touch the pinnacles of success. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNACO School, Excellence in Education.
The legendary brand Vespa was born in 1946. The Vespa has a unique design with a V-shaped grille to complement its sleek cast. The Piaggio emblem at the front gives you the pride of ownership, innovative appearance. The design was inspired by the wasp, hence the name Vespa.
Adom gari macha darkar oibibra? Supnagi minute kuntragi manungda document ichang changdana Vespa amadi Aprilia gi apamba model sing supna dagi lupa lising tara khaktang puthok piduna loan oina lawba yabagi khudong chaba pizare. Akupa marul kidamak contact tawbirau 9089895330 amadi 9615823252 Tulasi Motors Private Limited Thangmaiban amadi Sangay Pro Kudong Chaba si Mangan Bigano ngasi mag-contact tawbirau terms and condition apply.
Welcome back after the break, and you're watching ELITETV English News. Now let's continue with the news again. The counting of votes has begun for assembly elections in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. Elaborate and foolproof arrangements have been made at all the counting centers. Election Commission said the results will be updated periodically on the Commission's website to display the current round-wise trends and results of each constituency. People can also access the trends and results on the Commission's Voter Helpline mobile app. In Gujarat, 37 counting centers have been set up covering 182 seats. More than 800 personnel have been deployed for the counting, which includes 182 observers. A micro-observer, counting supervisor and counting assistant are deployed at each counting table. The entire counting process is being videographed. Fed of 1,621 candidates, including Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel, his cabinet colleagues such as Hars Sanghabi and Jitu Bhai Bhagani, Aam Aadmi Party's Chief Ministerial candidate Isudan Gadvi, youth leaders Hardik Patel, Jignesh Mevani, Alpesh Thakur, Alpesh Kathiria and Gopal Italia will be decided today. The elections will also be decisive for women leaders Rivaba Jadeja, Manisha Vakil, Nimisha Bain Suthar. In Himachal Pradesh, 68 counting halls have been set up at 59 places. Mobile phone, iPad, laptop and other recording device have been banned at the counting centers. According to Election Commission, 1,12,834 postal ballots have been received so far. EVM counting will start once the counting of ballot papers is over. The trend is expected to start very early and the first result is likely to be declared at around 11 a.m. However, the picture will become more clear by 2 p.m. 68 counting halls have been set up at 59 places in the entire state, in which 10,000 employees, including security personnel, are deployed for smooth and uninterrupted counting. Ministry of Animal Husbandry said in recent times it has been brought to the notice that atrocities against dogs, feeders of dogs and caregivers and conflicts among urban residents are increasing day by day. The ministry said central government has framed the Animal Birth Control Dog Rule 2001, which is to be implemented by the local authority to control the population of stray dogs. The main focus of the rules is on anti-rabies vaccination of stray dogs and neutering of stray dogs as means of population stabilization. The ministry said it has been noticed that there is a lack of proper implementation of animal birth control dog rules by the municipal corporation, local bodies, and instead attempts are made for relocation of dogs from the urban areas. The Supreme Court has in various orders specifically mentioned that relocation of dogs cannot be permitted. The municipal corporations need to implement the animal birth control and anti-rabies program jointly. The Resident Welfare Association also cannot deny feeding of dogs or creation of feeding spot in those areas where these dogs are residing. All the Resident Welfare Association and citizens have been requested not to take any kind of adverse action against the feeders of dogs. A massive fire broke out Wednesday at a popular Sunday bazaar in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, during burning nearly 300 shops and stalls. The blaze started near gate number 7 of the bazaar, where second-hand clothes and carpets are sold, according to various media reports. Officials said that 10 fire brigade vehicles fought for several hours to extinguish the fire. They were held by 2 fire tenders of the Pakistan Air Force. However, no casualties have been reported following the incident. The extent of the fire was so massive that it rapidly engulfed shops, leaving over 300 burned, media reports said. Minister for Interior Rana Sanallah Khan has taken notice of the incident and sought a report from the district administration and ordered the Deputy Commissioner to monitor the rescue operation. All routes going toward the bazaar have been sealed by the police. Taking to Twitter, the Islamabad police informed citizens to keep the adjacent part of the Srinagar highway free and cooperate with the rescue department. It added that the traffic has been diverted towards 9th Avenue. The bazaar, located in the G9 area of the city, has a history of fire eruptions. In October 2019, over 300 stores were burnt in an early morning blaze. In July 2018, at least 90 shops and stores were burnt in the clothing and hosiery section in a fire incident. A year earlier, in August 2017, a fire broke out in sections E and F of the bazaar after a solar-powered battery exploded in a hosiery store. The sector H9 weekly bazaar, set up in 1980, covers 25 acres of land with a capacity of 2,760 stalls and shops. The bazaar is held thrice a week on Tuesday, Friday and Sunday, but is locally known only as Sunday Bazaar. Vladimir Putin has admitted Russia's war in Ukraine could turn into a long-term process as he sought to defend an invasion in which Russian troops have been forced to retreat and even air bases deep inside Russia have come under attack. Speaking to members of his personal Human Rights Council on Wednesday, Putin claimed that Russia would not use nuclear weapons first in any conflict, denied that Russian troops were deserting en masse from the field of battle, and claimed he would not need to mobilize more troops, a process that has caused considerable upheaval in Russia. But mainly, the Russian president defended the special military operation, his preferred term for what he openly admitted was a Russian war of conquest that he compared with the territorial ambitions of former Russian tsars. As for the slow process of the special military operation, then, of course, it can be a long-term process, Putin said. But then you mentioned that new territories has appeared. This is such a significant result for Russia. The Azov Sea has become an internal Russian sea. Even Peter and I fought for access to the Azov Sea. In his remarks on Wednesday, Putin denied his administration was planning for another round of mass mobilization. He claimed that of 300 million mobilized Russians, just half had been sent to the conflict zone, while the others were still at training ranges. Now in the sports news. The second edition of Haisnam Basantakumar Memorial Invitation Tennis Tournament 2022, organized by the Imphal District Tennis Association (IDTA) under the aegis of Manipur Tennis Association (MATA), begins on Wednesday at the courts of IDTA, Thao, CYLC, Chingamathak and SVYO Akampat. The 5-day tournament offers total cash prize money of Rs 2 lakhs, which is considered as one of the highest in local circuit. About 75 players are competing in 7 categories, including men's open single and doubles, 35 years above single and doubles, 45 years above single and doubles, and 55 years above doubles category. During the journey, tennis players from Assam, Nagaland, Rajasthan, a Manipuri player settled in South Africa, and various local players are exhibiting their might and skills. Governor of Manipur, Laga Nation, has said that the Northeast is slowly inching up in the fields of sports and Manipur is leading in the region. He was speaking at the welcoming ceremony of FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup Trophy 2023 held yesterday at Kumalampak Hockey Stadium in Imphal. Coming from Kolkata, the trophy landed in Imphal yesterday. Governor opened the trophy to the public in the ceremony, and Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Govindas Konthaujam, Commerce and Industry Minister Nemcha Kipgen, Social Welfare Minister H. Dingo, Dr. T.H. Radhesham Singh, MLA and President of Manipur Olympic Association Khoirom Loyalakpa, President Manipur Hockey Gyanendro Ningubam, Member Hockey India Dr. Basudev Singh, former President Manipur Hockey Kritrimayum Thoiba Singh, Olympian, lifetime President Manipur Hockey Major General Sumit Kaptial, GOC 57 Mountain Division, and players attended the welcoming ceremony. Governor said Manipur is popularly known as the powerhouse of sports in the country. He said we should build up our strength so that we can become world's beaters. Though the state is small in size, it has already produced 7 Olympians in hockey, and apart from hockey, Manipur has produced many Olympians in almost all the sports disciplines. Sri Ganeshan further said that with the fresh initiative taken up by the Government of India in the recent past in the field of games and sports, the future will be bright for a sports person. Youth Affairs and Sports Department should make all possible efforts to provide better infrastructure and training to help the players. Governor continued that we are feeling proud as India is hosting the 15th World Hockey Men's World Cup 2023, and it is to be played at Orissa in January next year. He said India was so popular in the world in hockey, and still the country is very popular in this sports discipline. The relentless efforts made by the Hockey India to ameliorate the standards are quite commendable and praiseworthy. Manipur Hockey is also making all possible efforts to promote hockey by improving infrastructure, introduction of special training courses, etc. He also thanked Manipur Hockey for successfully hosting the welcoming ceremony of World Cup trophy in Manipur.
That with the fresh initiative taken by the Government of India, the recent past in the field of games and sports, the future is good for all, including the sports person. The state and the corporate sector are patronizing more so that we can achieve more, as without funds there is no hope, and the last few years is very upcoming, very encouraging. Till today, though small in size, Manipur has already produced, some of the speakers have told, we have already produced 7 Olympians in hockey. Apart from hockey, Manipur has produced many Olympians in almost all the sports disciplines.
Manipuri masa, nufi masa, nupa masa, India came to mayam lady. Asiguma mayam say yangakanda Manipur is quite important way by hockey at Dumbalam Amani Kalakanda. FI Samadi Federation of International Hockey, Amadi Hockey India, Anina, Manipur, Adukimatic, important way by hockey, the Matadi, quite Maru Mapamni Kalakadanga trophy, Manipur Hockey, the Chinarakanda, Ikai Kunazabo Honorable Mayamgi Mamanga, Nasidi Ecoina Hockey trophy, Mapam the Tamjabani, Ecoina Yam the aspect of the Honorable Governor, Honorable Minister, Honorable President of Manipur Olympic Association, Hockey Promote Nabu Honabu.
For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now let us go through the headlines once again. 55 central ministries to spend 10% of their budget for improving logistics infrastructure in Northeast. Mizoram Governor Hari Babu Kambhampati graces convocation of MIU. Counting of votes begins for assembly elections in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. Nearly 300 shops burnt after massive fire in Pakistan's Islamabad. And Vladimir Putin says Russia's war in Ukraine could be a long-term process. That's all for today's 12:30 p.m. English news, and thank you for watching ELITETV. We'll be back with more news and updates at 3, so stay tuned, and finally signing off.